Hi and welcome to another Watch Geek video. Today we're taking a look at a new model from Vario, the 1918 Trench watch. This is a faithful recreation of trench watches from World War I, but with a more modern dimensions and modern materials. The trench watch is considered the origin of men's wristwatches, as back then wristwatches were reserved for women and considered jewelry, while men wore pocket watches. During the World War I, officers realized taking out a pocket watch while fully dressed for combat and wearing gloves was a bit impractical. So they simply welded pieces of wire onto their pocket watches, allowing them to pull a leather strap through it and wear them on their wrists. Soon, manufacturers responded, making dedicated trench watches that featured the welded lugs, big, easy-to-read Arabic numerals, and large hands. This watch is a recreation of those watches, although it has been upped in size to 37 mm in diameter, while the original trench watches were often 33 to 34. With a lug-to-lug of under 45 and a very slim case of 11 mm, it is very comfortable to wear and suits my 6.7-inch wrist perfectly. The watch is supplied with a bund strap, and although it does make it more historically correct, I prefer wearing it without the extra padding as it sits closer to the wrist. The only problem with this exact strap, when worn without the padding, is that the screw used to hold the strap to the watch sometimes itches my wrist, something they could solve by making the screw rounded instead of squared off as it is now. It is not a big deal, and I can't really blame Vario for it, as they intended this to be worn with the padding. Other than that, the 18mm leather strap is very comfortable, supple, and looks great, almost matching the hour markers in color. The case itself is very simple, rounded with brushed finish on the case and a polished bezel that continues to the curved sapphire crystal seamlessly. The crystal features inner AR only, just the way I like it. The dial is the real star of the show, and no matter how much I tried, I couldn't capture just how beautiful it looks in person. Made out of enamel, it has a milky and warm color, like you can see the layer upon layer of enamel. It really looks special and gives a luxury vibe to the whole watch. The printed minute track and the subdial also exude luxury as they have substance and are glossy, playing with the light. The watch comes in many dial variants, with some being historically more correct, like the black dial white numerals one and the white on white with a red 12. But this white with orange version is the most interesting and most striking to me. The hour markers themselves are massive, with the color ranging from mustard yellow to orange, depending on the light, and they make reading the time very easy. I especially love the way the minute hand reaches the outer minute track with precision and matches the hashes in thickness. It is a small detail, but one that makes for a great effect and makes me end up staring at the minute hand as it moves from one hash to another and just smile. The hands are cathedral style, ranging in color from gray to black, again depending on the light, and are generally well finished, with only the edges showing some imperfections under macro, something you will not see with your naked eye. Both the hands and markers are filled with lume, that because of the color used, doesn't really last very long. It is pretty intense for the first minute or so, but then it fades out, being almost invisible during the wee hours of the night. So if lume is important to you, I would go for versions with white numerals. The screw-in crown is a hybrid between a traditional onion-shaped crown found on pocket watches and a regular modern crown. It is signed and operating it is very easy. I welcome the fact they moved it to 4 o'clock, as that stops it from digging into your wrist. It also gives the watch 100 meters of water resistance. The watch is powered by a Miyota 82S5 automatic movement that beats at 21,600 bph and comes with both hacking and hand winding. It is a no-frills workhorse movement that is reliable and, in this example, pretty accurate. If you wish, you can order a transparent caseback at an extra of, I believe, $20. But to me, a more interesting option is the engraving service that Vario will offer at, again, pretty reasonable $20. or 15 if you join during the Kickstarter campaign. The watch itself will be priced at $340, but during the campaign you can pick it up for around $240. There is a bigger 40mm version being made as well, but only in brass. If you want 40mm in steel, your only option is the Medic variant that will have pulsations on the outer edge of the dial. But I personally don't find it as attractive as this, as it ruins the balance of the dial. Objectively speaking, this is just another microbrand watch recreating a known style in a modern way. But subjectively, I fell completely in love with it. Rarely do I get a watch that impresses me as much as this has. It is nothing special when it comes to technology or finishing, but the whole package is so beautiful, with details that work so well together, it makes me consider getting one for myself. I haven't taken this thing off my wrist since the day it arrived, and really feel reluctant sending it back to Vario. I can also confirm I'm not the only one mesmerized by it, as everyone I showed it to thought it was either beautiful or cool, my wife included. I'm still thinking about getting one, but still can't decide between this and the white dial white numerals version. Vario really hit a home run with this one, and I really hope the risk gets rewarded with success of this model, as their bravery deserves it, since they always try to create or recreate original and somewhat forgotten designs, unlike 95% of microbrands out there that take the easy way by creating variations of popular dive watches like the Rolex Submariner. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed and found it useful. If you did, please like and subscribe, and until the next video, bye.